Okay, Ann Arbor, Michigan, let's take a look at it. Now, the first thing that concerns me with Michigan is the weather. Otherwise, I'm a huge fan. So, as you can see, this is the comfort index. 9.2 in summer, very nice, very temperate summers, not too humid, very cool because of the northern latitudes. Another one of the challenges is hours of daylight, relatively low actually, because of where it is in the United States. But 4.2 in the winter. And I briefly lived in Iowa, and the winters messed me up. I actually had my Civic doors on my Honda freeze shut over the course of driving from Des Moines to the Missouri border. So that really is a serious challenge. The next challenge is annual days of sunlight. 178 days in Ann Arbor versus 205 within the United States. That is too few for me. Typically, randomly, 205 is the threshold, which has made some options in the Pacific Northwest also problematic. And as you can see, 43 inches of snowfall is very high. That is a very, very snowy city. And Midwestern snow is not the light, powdery stuff from the Western U.S. that I'm used to. It's ice storms, it's heavy, it's wet, it's cakey, it doesn't move. It just ends up in huge, massive, ugly, dirty piles for 3 months. So 141 days where the nighttime low goes below freezing. Oof. The humidity compared to where I'm at now in DC/Silver Spring, this is actually pretty moderate. And not too rainy, about 14 days of rain on average, which is not bad. So this is the niche rating, A+ overall. Housing, B-. Now this is where it's a problem. Cost of living is a C. Weather is a C. Here we have some samplings of some homes for sale ranging from 1.4 million, 400,000 for townhomes, 635,000 for a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. These are like suburbs of Washington, D.C. prices in Arlington, Virginia, and Silver Spring. This is what I'm looking at here, which is way too high of a cost of living. Plus, they do not have the regional economic engines of D.C., Baltimore, Annapolis, Richmond, like all of that activity along the megapolis that is the Mid-Atlantic. That is 35% of all of America's GDP is taking place along that corridor, which gives tremendous job and economic security, which Ann Arbor doesn't have, but it still has the high cost of living for housing. Median household value, $416,500, with median rents right in that $1,500 range. Sales tax is at 6%, which is getting closer to the median in the United States. Then we have property taxes, some of the highest in the nation, in Michigan generally, and Ann Arbor just jumped theirs up by 5%, which is huge. Part of the problem is that the University of Michigan is here, and there is just a lot of rent, plus lots of nonprofits, and the university itself doesn't pay taxes. So they have to extract that value for all of the amazing services, because don't get me wrong, Ann Arbor has amazing services, great parks, great libraries, great roads, really fantastic things. There's a reason why Niche has that A+. But as an individual citizen and a homeowner, I'm shouldering that. Plus, I don't have children. I don't have to send them to schools. I want to fund education. I don't mind paying taxes to send other people's children to school because it benefits the community in general, but that is high. And in fact, Michigan has some of the highest taxes on average as a state, 1.32. Taxes, property taxes are not levied at the state level. They're typically levied and collected by the counties. But this is an average overall. Currently, I'm at that 0.99% in Sandy Spring. And that is of the assessed value of the home, not the market value of the home, which is the assessed value is going to be slightly lower. Another interesting characteristic is the education level. Here, you have 47% of people here with a master's degree or higher, which is fantastic. I really like one of the great things about being here in Washington, D.C. and Southern Maryland is that it is highly educated. But you'll notice the 18 to 24, that's 33% of the population, and that's due largely to the college. I am not ready for that many drunk, horny, adolescents and young adults just running around having mayhem and discovering who they are as people. Because I do love college towns though. So overall, I think Ann Arbor, Michigan is a fantastic recommendation. It has the moderate political views, which I like. I like to be in a purple, skewing blue kind of place. A lot of young professionals, cool coffee shops, cool parks. Ann Arbor looks great on paper, but too cold, not sunny enough, actually really expensive without enough economic opportunities. So thank you so much for this recommendation. I will continue evaluating them. Put in the comments of where you think I should live.